The importance of reading agreements. Today, we will address a common concern raised in the comments, understanding why simply being told to read agreements isn't enough. I aim to bring more clarity by revisiting essential concepts and providing insights into how agreements relate to modern and historical contract law. This discussion draws on resources like notes on Roman law, law of persons and law of contracts. Let's break it down step by step to ensure clarity and practicality. Real contracts in Roman law, an overview. In Roman law, contracts were categorized into three main types. 1. Contracts in real contracts, based on the transfer of physical property or goods. N2. Consensual contracts, agreements based purely on mutual consent. N3. Innominate contracts, agreements with no defined legal form but included additional stipulations. The legal scholar Justinian identified four primary types of real contracts. Mutuum, loan for consumption. Commodatum, loan for use. Depositum, deposit. N pignus, pledge. Each of these contracts had defining characteristics, including standards of care for property, rules on the transfer of ownership, specific obligations tied to their purpose. Key features of real contracts. Physical delivery. Delivery of goods was essential to create these contracts. N stipulations. Additional provisions, such as interest, could be added to tailor contracts for commercial purposes. N legal implications. The agreements involve specific liabilities for loss, theft, or damage. Focusing on mutuum. Loan for consumption. Mutuum is an ancient type of contract involving loans of fungible goods, items consumed through use, such as money, food, or drink. It was central to Roman law and provides insights into modern financial agreements. 1. Characteristics of mutuum. Ownership transferred to the borrower, but the borrower was obligated to return an equivalent item of the same kind, quality, and quantity. N. The borrower bore liability for loss, theft, or damage, regardless of fault. 2. Modern parallels. Monthly bills or blank agreements, once signed or filled in, function similarly. By completing these agreements, you create a binding contract with obligations outlined by the issuer. 3. Stipulations and interest. Interest was not inherent in a mutuum contract but required a secondary agreement. Today, similar principles apply when additional terms, like interest rates, are added to financial agreements. The importance of reading agreements. Why focus on agreements? Agreements outline the rules, obligations, and remedies available to both parties. Understanding these documents allows you to identify key terms and responsibilities. N avoid damaging the property, e.g., bills or legal documents, through improper markings. N take informed actions aligned with legal standards. Common mistakes to avoid. Writing all over agreements or adding unauthorized codes can render them invalid or cause liabilities. Misinterpreting the purpose or instructions within agreements leads to errors in fulfilling obligations. Key insights from Roman law and the UCC. Many principles of Roman contract law align with modern practices under the Uniform Commercial Code, UCC. Delivery and ownership transfer. As in Roman law, the delivery of goods today often transfers possession and ownership. N fungibility. Similar to mutuum, fungible goods, e.g., money, must be returned in equivalent form, quantity, and quality. N liability for damage. Borrowers are responsible for safeguarding the property they handle. Actionable steps for greater clarity. 1. Join the group, access resources and connect with others learning about agreements and legal obligations. N2. Read the agreements, focus on understanding the terms outlined in the documents you receive. N3. Study resources, explore materials like the Roman Law Summaries or the UCC 1 course available on our website. N4. Avoid damage, handle agreements properly to maintain their validity and avoid unnecessary liabilities. Conclusion and next steps. Understanding agreements and their legal implications is a critical step toward financial and legal equity. By reading, analyzing, and applying these principles, you can align your actions with the agreements you enter. For additional support,